There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic source. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone. Alright, nothing town to fuck all borough. Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will. The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull.
Somehow, you know what it is. A Caprice Canema motor carriage. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in it, the blades come squeaking to a halt. You swoop up and what you have in your hand is a truly... You hear a jingle. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. The whirling in rags. A mirror hangs above. Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities? Virile, uncaring towards the little things? Probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just a vague impression of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring. Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like, what does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? Please promise yourself you are not going to try it on any of the ladies, whatever happens. You liar. You can't even tell the truth to yourself. Go ahead. Try something. It belongs in the new. The third deck. Things were good. It was forever show. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression. Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains. You have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness, aside from the useless fact that the motor carriage outside was a Caprice Canema. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe it's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motive. window stands broken in its the morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings. The shards face a fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but more likely a projectile than a held object. It is too large for a bullet. The single green Congratulations. You smashed the wind. A cool wind gush. There they both are, like two baby crocodiles. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only...
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
No.
The young woman shakes her head. So, officer, could be an artistic statement. You're already prone to those.
No. You're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. And you've been here for 3 days on official police business. Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something. The words have already left your mouth.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on, say it again. Come on, man. Pretty, please. One more time. Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you? Don't be. It was funny. And anyway, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about any of it? So what if you can't pull grade A pussy anymore? There are other things in life, more meaningful, more fitting for a man your age. This is Fata Morgana. One thing though, it's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Rafael Ambrosius Cousteau. No, it's not. Rafael.
Yes, well.
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an...
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Of course, at this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed from the outside, through a PA system, by other people. You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. No, don't sing that. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. A man in his late
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41? Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he...
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style, unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns. But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry was really, really wide. That hole in the fence must be enormous.
She went away because none of your...
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was... I don't know who killed him.
This is it. He said they hoisted...
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. I have 3 cafeterias I manage. 3. Get over it.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
As you blow this joint, behind you a whiny voice shouts.
Real mature, man. Real...
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir.
Books? Postcards? Easy. Even a kid would know all of this. Don't be a fool. As an expert, it's your duty.
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while. Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people. Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character.
There is stress and unease behind these words.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed. Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case. But I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir. Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here. Of course. What can I help you with? Me?
She hides it well, but behind the sweat and dirt there is something else in her rigid posture.
Is there?
The quickness of the reply certainly does not prove you wrong.
I'm working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. Well, as you probably know.
Don't worry, miss. We are here.
Salts? Ammonium salts. Perhaps useful for later.
Of course.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the...
Sure. Keep them.
Welcome to Revachol.
Yes? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow. Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to... 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received... During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. Better still than an imbecilic cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If later, was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Good.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
Maybe more than 12. No. 8. 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot. 3. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46. You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart. 5. Another standard work. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight 8, and yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in...
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? A woman or a kid? Understood. Anything else? 200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say...
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows. Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer? No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no? A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time...
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in... Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him. The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's...
Either way. What else?
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, Whirlington. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer this.
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirlington.
He might also have information. Before you stand vapor eminent. This must be in the cabin. You are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, a scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you, a metallic drawer.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
The pry bar, useful for opening all that you can do. Lets you see the pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The frequency tap, the soft
This is precinct.
Hello, Alice.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, precinct 57. How?
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant's default radio station is.
Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in.
The man uses relay code.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. 10-18, state your message, sir. 10-9, over. 10-4, message received.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to...
He what? He lost his badge? Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think? It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost...
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge.
Fuck me! Mac, come here!
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his...
He lost his what? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge. He asked you to please stop...
Why did he fight?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet.
You don't have a comeback.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Sergeant Orson.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? Okay, it's gone.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were on...
Lying? Over the phone? It's easy. Just...
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of... Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance? Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
The white suede feels luxurious as you tap...
There's no use.
Translation. We're not going...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
As always, it's DJ...
A flock of seagulls take right away the lieutenant.
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe picked up a random frequency. You wanted a prime line, right?
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on.
Received.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with...
Officer? Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? Yes, I know who you are.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important.
Oh.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where...
No, not me. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again.
So the union has a phone, and there's...
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer.
Yeah, go on. Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and... You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it...
Oh, those again. I have been trying to wean you off them. You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend... I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall," painting them red. I won't...
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead. It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask. Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You mean, why did I leave?
Why not?
What? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring Gart into this.
God, why can't you just mind your own...
I already said I don't want to talk about this. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
No, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else You know women, and that's where you step in. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a... What misogyny? You have to act. Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love? You're just a gimp. What?
Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer? 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Yes?
No response. He's having trouble processing it. Believe it.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs? Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Try work. The case at not a fan.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage.
Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama...
Clearly, he prefers to think...
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? It will take...
Her voice is...
Gottlieb, what you...
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Oh, it's you. Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit. Who? You are? You lost your human visage a while back. Now let's get on with all the damage you've been dealing with. What else?
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you, or doesn't care.
What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are? You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking? And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic.
It's not fucking cryo-actylate. It's superglue, Doc.
Cyanoacrylate is superglue.
And you survive. Even better. Yes, there's no... Who? Yes, there's no end. Who? You are? You lost...
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, I know I already wrote it in a report, but it will stay on my desk for a few days. Over.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. Be smart about this.
10-4, sir, I'm not hearing your question. That's a negative, sir. I got 10-12 visitors present here. Over.
What? What is it?
He wants to verify the information.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen. Tell him to stop wasting time.
What do you need, sir? Over. 10-9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over. Sir, I will not have you talk to me in this manner. Over.
What? What is...
He seems intoxicated and keeps asking...
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
10... excuse me, sir. Over. No, sir, I haven't. You're not really keen on men. 10-4.
Does he actually...
He asked...
For God...
Sir, satellite... So, was there anything else? Understood, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
I am a gander and a hunt.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
You sure it's the jam, I mean.
The air from the...
It's a traffic jam. Meanwhile, yeah.
It's official.
Feels like for...
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This...
Yeah, Imagine. So tell me, what do you need? It's like, whatever's going on.
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side.
Anything else? Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs, not my thing.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warped.
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal fire.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice... They usually get shipped to Grodd in the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Ile Marante. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy. This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of.
A motor lorry, also called a camion.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her, not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
You really are the law, aren't you?
Maybe the full-on direct.
Don't be a stranger.
The theme on that pinball, clinging to a picture book version of the sentiment.
Real mature, man.
Damn, your feet thought we got away.
You know what? The stupid drinks you've had are on the house. You know why? Because I know... Now, I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window. Not entirely cool. You still... Now, what the hell did you want? Mine? No, it...
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you...
Why? To keep the hope...
I thought as much. And are you the only part?
Well, yes.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. What thing? Yes, not... They can't...
We should find out who this Lord faction is. We don't. We have to wait.
There are these things called...
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. He wasn't panned for... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must. What?
By the way, you should come back to this...
Another thing. Great. Yes? Absolutely.
Absolutely. In your body is ready, sir. By the way, where is home? But you've been at this hostel cafeteria. You don't really know, do you? A vague, blackened image doesn't sound like somewhere you can try. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock with a well-oiled crack. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Just a feeling. A warning from some part of you. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see, Milk, you've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows. The methodology. No, sir. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Baptiste, among the threadbare, has the legs.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they will drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. The belt is missing. That's it.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of...
The rest of the rags are just kitchen.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hotel. Not really.
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno?
See?
The lieutenant nods, then looks. You pick out a broke only in its...
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further.
It's just organic waste. What's this? A blue piece of plastic. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic...
Officer, is that your paperwork? It is. Look. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got... If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure it would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or
some items, such as the ledger.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board. There's a piece of toilet paper. Or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's a metaphor. Thank you, waterlogged ledger, for spelling it out for us. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can, if you want. It's not, though. It's toilet paper. Still wet, the toilet paper. I mean, an aluminium block runs the width of the board. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular. Looks like an official mark.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp.
Maybe yours will have how many?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to read...
This means you can read the watermark.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden paper... They're not exactly white. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week. What do you mean? Is that all?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it. lest you start making mistakes. 2. That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Like a fan of girls, the checkered papers dry in your hand. Yes, a title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Others appear more light-hearted. The guy's on a couch it's going to take an effort to piece these case files together.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, it's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one, the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case, sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will. The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny. He is not really saying anything, just standing there. Absolutely motionless at first, then animated slowly onto the paper with a brash free hand, uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording, inspect the interview, it's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds of you're a swashbuckler with that. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality.
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good... I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
The notebook is annual. It says you don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're in the back, then rip them from 3. But you don't have to be a monetary penalizer, but they appear. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for all in a print so a dozen pages of thin copy paper. Yes, all that remains now is to fill. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. It's made of dark blue plastic. Something rattles inside, and something small inside. Permeables. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli. But it is not. With your hands, you 4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board. The slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, without resistance or sound, the 2 panels move. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. It smells of a touch of cinnamon, familiar handwriting. A young woman in her 20s. There is care. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter. Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out, every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the every step I take will get lighter. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs, and the sparks fall like snow from the... You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on. To what?
Detective, is everything...
There is nothing. Again. Nothing said, bruv. Well, almost that's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing
The call.
here in the pale, because it's always...
Tell him. Tell...
Ah, yes. In the old factory system.
Yeah, man. Fuck everything. Total blackout for a bloated corpse of the past research. Don't prod at it. There is no voyage. Yeah, man. What was that? You think they would let you?
Yeah.
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. In the upholstered...
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery. The stuff...
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made...
With greedy gut.
What happened? You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. 10 minutes, maybe. That does sometimes happen.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if...
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an...
It's just a racist mug. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza. Cop habit. You look at everything. This isn't case-related, you think. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. Some of that rubber stuck to the... and then accelerated straight. The driver proceeded to back out before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
You are correct. This is... I'm not sure. There are plenty of...
You could follow the track south. An old call box with an off-key...
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your... Please don't do that.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. This button...
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want... The corpse looks... You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle.
Active decay.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from... You feel it until a pool of... The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some if you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor. I can't handle...
It's more likely he can handle the smell.
That young woman, if she doesn't...
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier, and...
Hello again, officer. How are things? Sure, go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible head. Of course. Where to? There's the pier, the harbor gates, some just coast. It's just... What do you mean? Yes, sir.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
No problem.
She's very well composed.
Excuse me? Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here. I don't know anything about that.
Pig is a widely used term.
No need to worry. We are not...
Okay. Well...
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The ammonia only makes it worse. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Are you okay, officer? You're facing tough odds here. It's aggravated further by alcohol withdrawal. I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets it. Then drive to the station. Maybe I think I've lost my sense of smell.
A white lie.
Not being hungover helps too. No. This is a tomb. You need to get your shit together. We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go...
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together.
Kuno's got this!
If there ever was such...
Oh yeah! Nappa Gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick!
Love it in the dick!
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire. The kid is obviously high.
Can't talk, pig! Shit's coming up...
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good.
Yeah, Kuno! Ride the line!
Kuno's riding it!
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the...
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a... The fuck are you talking?
He's calling us Kuno! He says we're fucking each other!
We shouldn't do anything. You will see.
The language these kids are using. Pure.
Alright.
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player.
Shitload, pig.
Don't tell the pig.
This is where you quickly ask him questions.
Kuno's fucking...
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't he? I don't know. Mesco.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp.
Why you gotta be riding Kuno? You wanna know where Kuno was? Don't tell him. It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's City. Night City. Raid City. The City of Raid.
Lame.
That's the name of Kuno's City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't...
It's impossible to deduce what it is.
Just a couple of pigs.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty coon.
You're testing...
Get lost,
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. Listen, listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just, Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price.
You'd have to be blind not to notice the giant white letters, F-A-L-N, running down his trouser leg.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that up.
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, I told you so, any
Pig, these are foul modulars. liquid, believe it.
These could drastically improve your chances of Coach Physical Instrument endorses they will also make you into an idiot.
Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for the fuck. A mug in the trash. Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't...
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying...
Yeah? Get your bacon shit away. Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed. Fuck does Kuno know?
The lieutenant takes a...
It's a trap, Kuno.
Don't know. Kiptas Gardner used to wear...
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Erie-Opagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the...
Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit.
Yeah, her. What was she doing in the greenhouse? Fish is sometimes used to fertilize the soil a few weeks before plant. Yes, it seems suspicious.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
It's always Kuno, never I.
Yeah? Kuno's in a fucking gang.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fit... Help!
Help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here.
Help!
Escalate, Kuno!
It's pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody please...
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to...
Help! He's flashing, Kuno! He's No!
The nearly psychopathic...
No one? Kuno's doing this because he like...
Help! The pig's gagging him! Kuno can't speak!
Fucking logical!
You put him up to this yourself when you decided to talk to him in the first place.
Listen to your friend. Kuno owns the fat ass. Help! Look.
For emphasis, a ghost is saying this. A shit-eating psychopath.
I know you wanted to hit me. You got that, I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up look. That Kuno's dad gets.
Relax. He can't read your mind. There's a dead body, remember. That's what you were doing here. You're a cop on a case.
I know what you thought. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno. You're nothing. You're a joke to Kuno.
Kuno turned you into his prison.
No, you're not. We can just leave.
Bitch, you...
A peepo is a type of hat, by the way.
You don't talk to me about my fucking people.
Okay. Kuno is kind to his bitch. Ask your questions, but remember...
Click, 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 click!
Kuno doesn't...
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pigs, I'm going away for a long...
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Stay away from me, pig! I'll die before I squeal, pig. I come from the...
Don't be traumatized.
I'll die before I squeal, pig. Murder... I'll die before I squeal. You don't want to...
You can still see the top of her hat. A thin man is smoking. As you step in, he nods to. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Goranci Quebec. Please. It's not funny. The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. He smiles and bangs his ladle again. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? Yes, I suppose it's...
It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it.
If you say so. Gart is the person to ask about this.
The Cobalt Blues, Old Kobo. It leads to a side building. Adjacent, the door does not budge.
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found... How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my stuff. None of us would... The trash collection service?
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threats. Thank you anyway.
Yes?
It's just a racist, but it will not. It's just a racist.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
What was with that fucking wink?
I see you are. You must forgive me. I'm Lena.
This Lena is wacky enough for the Motley Crew. Hire her on the spot.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. like a stunned You know where we are, right? That's right. In a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, to be precise. But no, much has changed. Speaking of history, that's right, dear.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting...
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Oh, no. Nothing like that.
I don't know. Still looks like there's a lot of hustling going on. Maybe she's wrong. Or...
Oh, dear. But we should...
She's scared now. She's realized you...
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago, it has something to do with everything. You were doing quite well up until the end there.
A sigh. The lieutenant buried...
But maybe someone more...
No.
Of course.
That's a good point. This doesn't look like rich...
Of course, dear.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door is closed. This door can open. Still no answer. Still, the lieutenant gives you a quick glance. The door is closed. This door can only... A colorful piece of plastic is on the counter, rolled out of his open hand. You see a bliss. The man does not mind.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job. Your fingers find their way into the shackle. Flicking, the man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick. No, he's looking the other way, perhaps purposefully. You find a black paper note. Yum yum. Money. Think of... You slip the pack just for the record. The sleeping dock worker has lit... That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching. Oh, excuse me.
Hello again, officer. Well, Snow has...
Yes, think about the cute grandma. Not the weird Snow. Stop looking at her. Look around. What do you see? That's right. And the canal.
No, of course not. I don't understand what this... The kid did this, right? The red-haired rat? Can't say a sentence without... or kipped. He's always giving me trouble. Maybe you shouldn't be.
You've been resting here for quite a while, haven't you?
Yes.
I understand. The RCM isn't welcome here, and the locals want to keep an...
There's silence. The smallest of...
That's okay, miss. Do what you...
Hello again, my man. What's on your mind? He ain't one of us drivers. I know that.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth.
Analyzing the fundamental...
Ask for his conclusion.
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Huh? Oh, the bosses, man. Makes sense. It sucks is what it does.
Volumetric ship compressor.
Welcome to Revachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome.
I know exactly what you meant, but you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's a...
Silence. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calm.
Whatever you say.
He smells of heavy motor oils. And...
Oh, my God, man. Thanks.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
It's about not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the mirror. Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? Huh? Well, this concerns you, policeman. So...
Cultural victory? What is this, then? Oh?
Don't push your luck.
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Good. We're fight. Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strike breakers together. Maybe you should ask them. We have families to feed.
So do we, Scott.
Honest men and women, we came here to help.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gate. I know nothing about a murder. Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything. Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers.
We are not picking a side in this.
Pity.
Let us work!
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working. If the main gate's locked. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is. Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind it. Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters. Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home. At least for now.
No! They will give up eventually.
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
I was just messing with you. Imagine, you cops going...
Psst. Show him your stolen card. Now has arrived.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife? Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. Of course, Policia. It wasn't me.
He didn't do it. It's the truth. The man looks at the colorful piece of...
But that's not you, officer. From back when you were not a cop, but a heavy-set, dark-skinned dock worker named Santiago John? Highly unlikely.
Now you're in a mess. The time hath not arrived. So...
Oh, John's been out drinking himself blind again?
No. It will prove useful still. Believe your thieving fingers.
Oh. Is my friend in some sort of trouble? Who knew? My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. I don't open...
If it's so simple.
Aye. Yeah, then press the button to unlock the door. Then go past and you enter. Don't worry, I'm sure. Or you could convert to his Semini's... Not yet, no. Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy is... Sure.
Yes?
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Are you admiring? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, I'm Sandwich. That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Valhalla emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. No, you don't.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Begging for help. Attempting to pass fear for cooperation. You gave the... You dominated. You will be superseded.
It is, baby, yeah.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the harbor. Enough. Bring your troops to the walls. Will be...
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. Well, not as such. What you do with the mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist. He does not so much as glance at the object.
Stop showing.
He had nothing to do with it.
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do. Mr. Claire is also, to serve is noble. It takes jam, individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. I am not surprised you enjoy it. The South, we are the future. I am a descendant. No. I have heard I'm from Couronne. And no, you have heard enough about our philo.
The man looks at...
You are not Santiago. Santiago is not you. Even the Frenicali.
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be...
That will be the...
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits. A protruding occiput.
The lieutenant.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of racism.
Welcome to... He must think redheads are immigrants.
I am not like them.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree.
That atavistic stigmata makes pussy say...
Babe, thanks.
Welcome to Rep. He must... The drawing...
That atavistic...
Babe, Mr. Also, of course, above all, stop explaining yourself. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much.
Measurehead stoically looks to the... Welcome to... He must... The drawings are precise.
The size of the...
Your ear...
Yes. You exhibit forward projection of the jaw. It is impossible. This leads me to conclude your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Revacholians. Your parents and their...
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is called to this stuff.
Do you?
The lieutenant looks toward the...
You are obviously a liberal, Sayolite. A polyculturalist. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need, Kate? I knew you would go straight for the vile cauldron. Everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are the Seminoles. A receding genetic pool has led them out on reprehend. You know them by the names of their nation state.
Mahoon is a derogative term for first world in some municipalities.
The Maun are...
Colorful tassels are.
The Vespertines and the other large overproduction as proven by the Maun and the Mesk. The indigenous, the Areopagites are the Areopagite, the latter is type B.
The Khoikos of Gra.
Yes. Pinkness is the Khoiko.
Wouldn't he be one for...
It's leaders, Revacholi.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
The revolution came to ravage. The revolution is enough of tips. The F are lesser races like the mosquito.
It seems unlikely that 2 human beings produce genetically sterile.
You are right. You have misunderstood. Then there is the Semino Koiki Kaimira. That is understandable. But you understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to... We will...
Access to the Union is important for our investigation. But there may be another way, without becoming a race theoretician.
Lost, though. I cannot possibly imagine. There is nothing fun. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
How did this happen?
You must be out of your mind, degenerate.
Your fist cracked.
The words to the song have...
Your hand twists in his grip.
Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography. What are you? Deaf? Yeah, you have. With a sudden flash.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot randoms. I'm not even sure the one bullet my chamber holds would even prick that hook. We are not here on some political quest. We are here to solve a crime. Don't make this...
The lieutenant groans.
I guess getting past the man ain't that simple after all. You know.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about...
Sorry. Busy surveying the situation. Wiretapping or calling in tactical air support. You guys have...
Because we don't. We don't have ours.
I get it. All right, I may have... First, don't fight him.
Maybe that would work. We'll have to see.
Yes? What do you want to know? You mean like a brief? There's no 3 days ago, during a security, they didn't... There's a... That's a...
The RCM, or the Revachol City...
That's right. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. I'm really... Anyhow, let's get back to... Good.
Race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have don't be vulgar. Mr. Claire also. Jam. Individualism. I am not surprised you enjoy it. We are the few. I am a descendant. No. Yes.
This could have made him more open to discussing the race enigma with you.
There is nothing funky. Tips, the FRA music, lesser rate the mesquite.
It seems unlikely that two human beings...
Yes, it is cruel to undertake. The
Koikos of Klar.
Yeah, Pink, the Koik.
Wouldn't he be one for... Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what.
The revolution. Enough of Tibet. Those are a receding genet, the Vesper, the other large overproduction of, as proven by the Maun and the Mess. The Areopagi, the latter is perfect. I cannot possibly imagine. Don't be vulgar. Mr. Clare is a man. Idiot above all. Rampant I am not surprised you. What you need is to come to terms with extinction and never getting into this harbor.
Wow, you work hard. Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. Look at yourself. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. That's just, it ain't easy. Sure. Are you rich? That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Because of Artax is almost non-existent in the Gossamer state that is Revachol. You and I both, 98% of all your money. What are you not sure about? Their milk, it's all about the tax issue. Stuck in the trap. The windows are clear. They've been the driver. A large metal pen. It is a seal of the back. A book with
racist, nationalist paraphernalia. Likely, yeah.
There he is, in front of Rita. Small, the photo, an ambrotype. No response.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone. Why? I just...
An old monument. A silver plaque. As you look up, you notice something with someone shot him in.
Okay, I can't see it, but... Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated. If we connect every bullet hole in... I've made a note. Don't hold your breath.
The king stands high above you, surveying the bay, even by the stand... Well, his own maladministration. For stories, he called it the Sol Out. But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled coke. You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury. That's what the revolutionaries said. Cocaine. His Majesty's courtier beneath the Cold War. The original, most historic. Some years, the statue is supposed to... People in those critics, Philip not that he ever did in life either. Someone shot him in the...
Okay, well... Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. Why not?
The king stands high above. A Stars Riker, one of the finest Zhimsk-made motor carriages ever. Not many people outside of Grad, and Revachol West too. There he still is, looking right through you, with his ha ha ha. Again, every time it happens, it gets worse and worse. There's nothing more to throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time.
I'm at a loss as well. I could swear you...
Sometimes even that is not enough.
Officer, you just need to be stronger. Learn to keep it in long...
You can open this white check again by going to your character...
Maybe it's okay if you don't make it.
Welcome to Crime Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy. Sir, one has to...
Certainly there are good things to be said about dependence.
Oh my, of course. What a man. I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like... Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Great! On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled... My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense.
Cursed?
What in God's name is she talking about?
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves. Take a look.
She smiles and nods.
Cursed?
What in God's name?
Oh yes. How's my... As a young girl should be. With the proper... As a young girl should be. With the proper...
The woman before you scans the...
Oh yes. How's my precious doing? She's a good girl. As a young girl should be.
The woman before you scans... You see...
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees and nothing. What?
She speaks almost as... Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, you see some kind of charm. This is a tradition inhabitants of, aside from poking at it suspiciously.
Sir, don't parapsychologically speak.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Why? I am sorry.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly.
No!
Talking, the curtains.
Nothing. What?
She speaks oddly enough.
Nothing.
She speaks oddly enough. The more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more... These shelves, a couple of spook novels hide.
Oh, crap. You're a
Crime fiction. These books, what's more, not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the You see, a killing is owner. Yes, tragedy. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one your quick eye noted. A worn paperback. Could it be the motifs of... Then this is the book for you. The plaque on the shelf
I would say the book is also very damn. Perhaps.
Do her work.
Certainly.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something browsing suddenly. High speed next to the...
I really I'm sorry. I did not mean to...
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest.
Probably some kids.
A simple but the metal feels cold. A thick layer that's cool under the graffiti. You know this to be around the large wooden building. This coin-operated. Why place a tourist?
There was a revitalization. They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. We should have done something about the union 10 years.
Your money disappears. The curtains on the lenses shift. It looks as if it...
Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it up.
Striking.
Good afternoon. Joyce L. Messier. Beaton, my maiden name. I meant you. Nothing on...
Relax. She meant it.
I'm glad to see you.
Like Steve.
I was just...
That is good to hear.
It happens quicker than...
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. Everything. Right up to, but first you'd have to
The octopus that straddles Revachol, the Emergencies Act, is the cornerstone of post-war Revachol. Inseparable from the world it creates.
Why?
You'd be shooting yourself in the...
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike. I believe the...
And how are the talks going?
They're not.
Wait.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter... Yes. Jean-Luc Measurehead. Yes, I believe there is a Let's say...
And when did you...
I arrived 3...
But this...
I wasn't the original negotiator.
This isn't...